Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm back today for my favourites of March. When you're watching this, I am actually in Adelaide, so I might be a little bit MIA with comments and whatnot. And also I'm filming this just before the end of the month, so if there was any favourites that popped up in the next couple of days, oh my god, I'm not mentioning them, but whatever. This month I haven't actually had too many products that I have been loving. And the reason for that is I've been really hustling to finish up my Project Pan, and I've just been sort of using my Project Pan products. So this is just a tiny capsule of products that I've been enjoying this month, and there's nothing that's super rave worthy, so I feel like this is kind of weird doing this. I haven't come across anything that I've really disliked as well, but I just thought I would show you this as like a little capsule of what I've been wearing a lot in March. Okay, let's talk about the products that I'm wearing on my eyes. So I've got this eye look that is bright orange and I've worn it in past videos as well. My 1 month, 1 palette video, I don't know if it's up yet or if it's coming up next on this channel. I'm filming them at the same time. But this is a recreation of a look that I've been really enjoying using my palette of the month, which is the Zoeva Caramel Melange palette. And this palette, I will talk more in depth about it in the 1 month, 1 palette. So if that's already up, I'll link it up in the cards. Otherwise, it should be up in a couple of days. But I've been really enjoying this palette. At first, I didn't love it. It's very warm toned, and I was creating some really kind of like harsh looks that I was like, oh, too warm. But I ended up loving these mattes here. And a lot of the time this month, I was doing sort of like no makeup, makeup on the eyes. So I did do a get ready with me, sort of doing my everyday no makeup makeup. I did put a bright lip, but besides that it was sort of no makeup makeup. And I used these 3 shades. So that was shades that I've been using a lot this month. They're really nice mattes, and I could just create a really kind of neat look that I'll just wear to work or wherever. The look that I'm wearing today, I'm using these 2 shadows here, so that bright orange and also that copper, and they're also my favorite shades from this palette. So this palette has a little soft spot in my heart now. I was a bit worried about it when I first started using it because I was creating some hideous looks. But once I kind of got my head around it and figured out what shades work and what don't, I think this orange look is gorgeous. And because I've been wearing like a cooler lip a lot, and like a nude lip, I think it's a really nice balance. So yeah, I really love, you got the copper on the inner corner, the matte orange on the outer corner, and they are so easy to apply. So if you do want to see how I got this eye look, it's going to be in that video, but definitely a favorite of the month because I really came around to enjoying using it. And I'm just thinking, even though I'm starting a new month, when I go away, I'm so tempted to bring this palette with me because I became so used to using it that it became very easy, and yeah, it's also very sleek, so I actually might bring it away with me. Anyway, the base products that I've been loving this month, I've actually had a few issues with my base products this month. I've had a lot of issues with my concealer creasing, and I think it's the matte concealer that I'm using. I don't think it's working well with the powders that I've been using, so I've been having a few face issues. Not actual face issues, but just creasy concealer issues. But the base products I've been using are fab. Now I found a really good combination for some of my Project Pan products because I am getting to the end of my Project Pan and I want to use up some of the products. So I'm really happy that I found a really nice way to kind of use them. And this is the combination that I've been using. So this is my primer, which is the Makeup Forever Mattifying primer, and it's a very setting, sort of drying primer. It's quite thick, and I find it best just to put it on your T-zone, because if you've got drier or normal cheeks or the perimeter of your face, it ends up making your skin feel really dry. So for me, I just use this sort of on the T-zone, but I find that this works really well with this combination. Now I'm also panning my Loreal Glam Beige. I really like this foundation. It's a little bit too dark for me, so I started mixing it with this Lancome Ultra Wear. It's in the shade 025 and it's a little bit too light for me. So I find this combination really nice. This is quite a thick foundation. This is a very runny foundation. This one's quite mattifying and higher coverage. This is more lower coverage and is a little bit more luminous. So I found this combination works really, really well together. And then on top of this, it's just a match made in heaven. It makes my skin look like it's almost airbrushed. So I really love that combo, and I'm going to be very sad when this is gone because that's in my project pan and I've nearly finished with it. I'm going to have to find something else to kind of pair with those two because it's a very nice combo. So that's my skin combo, and I did a get ready with me where I was just answering some Q&A questions, and I used this combo, and I think it looks good. Okay, we're going to jump around. I'm going to talk about a skincare thing that I've introduced into my routine that I think works well. My skincare routine hasn't really changed for some time now. I just kind of use the products until I use them up, and then if I've got something else from that category like serum or moisturizer or sunscreen, I sort of just reach for that to replace it. And then I'm funny when it comes to skincare because even though I do like to try new things, I like to use up what I've got open before I try new things. So I'm not big on reviewing skincare because I don't actually try too much of it. But recently I've added in a few ordinary products, but this is the one that I've noticed a difference when using. So this is the retinol. It's 2% in Squalane, but the 2% works really well for me. I do see results. I do find that my skin texture is a lot smoother, and I also find that the 2% is a good introduction. So I do know that with when you introduce retinol, if you go higher concentrations, your skin kind of like freaks out, causes a lot of peeling and a lot of issues. I had no issues with this at all. I just use it at night before I put on my moisturizer, and I just use a few drops, and I've noticed a nice sort of subtle but obvious, for me anyway, change in my skin texture. So it just feels a lot softer. So if you want a nice affordable retinol, maybe check out The Ordinary. Then I've been going a bit crazy with nail polishes. Very unlike me. You might see that I'm wearing a bright sort of like neon yellow that almost has a bit of green in it. So I don't know why, but this month, like I usually love teals and blues and navies and even purples and stuff like that on my nails, but this month I've been really loving grey and yellow. So the grey that I've been loving is from Graceful Nail Polish, and it's in the shade Merritt. Now this one, I'll show it to you close up in a sec, but this is a beautiful grey, but it does have sparkle in it. It's got some gold sparkle, it's got some holographic sparkle, or like, is it yeah, it's holographic sparkle. So it's got different sort of, it kind of looks a little bit spotty on the nails, but I particularly just love the shade of grey. Now I find I do like grey nail polishes, but often the shade of grey looks a bit funny on me, and I've noticed the reason why I love this one is because it's almost a grey blue. It is like a true grey, but in the scheme of greys, it's slightly more blue than it is brown, or that it is, I don't know, green. So I think this is a beautiful, flattering nail polish. I prefer basic sort of cream formulas, so just one color, not much glitter. Like I like glitter for fun, but not sort of like every day. I tend to reapply the kind of cream colors more than glitter colors is what I'm saying. But if I could find just a beautiful flat gray color like this, I'd be all over it because it is gorgeous. So I've been loving that, and then for some reason I decided to go a bit bright and pull out an old nail polish that I've had in my collection for a couple of years now. It is still available on the Kester Black website, I checked. This is the Kester Black nail polish in Acid. So the name is very, very suiting because it looks like an acid yellow. And I remember when I first got this, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. This is more of like a, you know, put polka dots or like nail art, but I actually really love it just as a bright nail polish. I think with a tan, this would look phenomenal. I don't have a tan, but I've been finding it really fun, and this is the second time I've reapplied it in a row, which says a lot, and I'm sure I'll reapply it again in a few days for next week. So I don't know why, but I've been loving this sort of acid yellow color, and I've also been loving sort of like a bluey gray. I think they're really pretty. Not always together. They're kind of cool together as well, but that's what I've been alternating on my nails. And hopefully you can see the sort of glitter in that grey, but it's a gorgeous color. All right, the last two things I want to mention is the lipstick that I'm currently wearing. I don't love the formula, but I really love the shade, so I'm kind of torn. But last month I talked a lot about how I'm really into sort of cooler toned, true mauvey nudes. So I think because I've been wearing a lot of like orange colors on the eyes and really warm eyes, I've sort of been paring down to more of a true nude lip. And I mentioned a few last month that I've been really loving, and I still love those. I still reach for them often. It's Loreal Cat Lady lipstick, the Pixie matte liquid lipstick in matte beige. Like, those are really, really great. There was a lip gloss from Colourpop that I mentioned that I really love. So I'm still loving those colors, and I've been wearing them on sort of no makeup days where I just want to look kind of put together and neat, but not like too much makeup, or I've been wearing them on days where I've gone quite extreme with the eye and I just want to tone down the lip. And the one that I'm currently wearing and that I do really like is by Shanghai Suzy. I got this in a Bella box and I did an opening, which I'll link in the cards, but this is the Miss Leah Baby Cocoa Whipped Matte formula. I actually like that they open it that way. So this is the color here. I find the formula a little bit drying after a while, so it's a beautiful color, and this is it's a lot lighter than the ones I was talking about last week. So you can see that it is probably the lightest I would go for a nude, and it's not even that light. Like, if you look at it in the bullet, it is a light nude, but it's not concealer lips light. This is probably the lightest I would be comfortable going. I really like the color. I think it's a beautiful sort of muted pinky mauve, which I think is sort of mimics my lip color a lot, but the problem that I have with this formula is that after it wears a bit, it goes a little bit dry and chunky, which is not a big problem. You can just kind of like rub your lips or reapply, but the creaminess in this sort of disappears after a little while. So if you wanted a really cool color like this and you wanted a quite affordable one, this is a Melbourne brand and you can find it quite easily. I think they're $19.95. So it's a really beautiful color, and I highly recommend it for the color. It smells nice, and I've been finding myself reaching for it most days, especially in the last week, but the formula is not my ultimate, but the color is ultimate. I've been doing a bit of a clean out of my collection. I'm thinking maybe later in the month I'm going to do kind of get ready with me using products that I'm decluttering. So I've just pulled out, I was planning for my next project pan, and I thought while I'm there I'll just chuck out some stuff or put it in a box that I can then, you know, give to friends and family if they want my secondhand makeup. If they don't, I'm chucking it out, but I thought I'd keep them aside so I can do a get ready with me. And when I was sort of going through my collection a little bit, I found a product that is actually an eyeshadow, but I want to use it in my next project pan because it's a beautiful highlighter. So it's this guy here. It's from Concrete Minerals, and it's an eyeshadow. It's like a loose eyeshadow pigment in Rocked. So that's it there. The color is like a peach color. It looks pretty basic, and it looks really orange in the sort of pan or the sifter, but it's got this beautiful sort of pinky silver shift to it. So it's really, really interesting. I've got it on my cheeks today. So it gives you that sort of wet look. It's really, really beautiful. And it sort of goes to, so it's there, and you probably can't see the color properly on camera, but it's got a shift that's sort of like a pinky, almost slightly going to a purple, like a, I don't know, mauvey purple, a soft purple. It's really, really beautiful. It's got like barely any base color, and then it shifts to this beautiful wet look. And the wet look is sort of, I don't know, yeah, it's pinky, almost purpley, and it's really, really unique since it's like peach to pink to purple. And I just think it's gorgeous on the cheeks. So I'm thinking of incorporating this into my next project pan because I really enjoy using it. It is getting old, and I think before it gets too old, I may as well try to use it up. So yeah, it's a product that I've been loving, and I hope I will love throughout the next project pan. The last thing I want to mention just really quickly is this brush cleaner. So it's from Clean Apothecary, and I got it in my Beautylish mystery box thing, mystery bag. So it's a brush shampoo, and it's in the scent Rose. To me, it just smells like soap, but it is kind of a big tub and it's got a soap in there and it's really good to clean your brushes. I find that it doesn't clean foundation concealer brushes very well. I find that it still leaves it. I don't know if I can show you a demonstration. This is a good demonstration. It sort of still leaves the middle part a little bit dirty, so I find that these aren't the best. I find for foundations and concealer brushes, or you know, really dirty face kind of brushes, it's best to wet them and actually put like a shampoo of some sort in there to really get in the base of the bristles. But if you are just, you know, using a eyeshadow brush or a quick powder brush or something, this is a really great thing. You just put some water in it, twirl it, rinse it, really easy to do. It's really great also if you're planning on traveling and bringing brushes, because it's very, very compact. It's very, very neat. So I really like that as just like a convenience thing. But yeah, just be aware that when it comes to kind of products that are like base products or really hard to budge products, this isn't the best for it, but it's really great for eyeshadows and stuff like that. All right, guys, those are my favorites of March. It was just a little capsule of stuff that I've been kind of using and enjoying. Some of these aren't things that I like super love. Like I don't love the formula of this lipstick, but I am happy to deal with it for the color because I think the color is great. But if you've got some favorites that you'd love to share, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.